Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing? Hey, I decided to come on here to do a quick video. I don't know how long this video gonna last. If I get inspired, it may last a little longer than I originally intended for it to. But I had to come on here to kind of give you an update on my becoming a vlogger or becoming a content creator on YouTube. So, uh, I started doing this. At least I uploaded my channel, I think at the end of April, and I uploaded my first video sometime at the beginning of May. And this is after a couple of years of what they call analysis paralysis, of wondering. I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel, and I would imagine had I started when I first wanted to do one, I'd probably be running about 2 years by now. But anyway, I wanted to do a YouTube, but I just couldn't decide what I want to do it on, what I want to talk about, what niche I want to be in. And so I really struggled. It wasn't easy for me at all, but I kept watching other people's YouTubes, and I watched a lot of YouTube vloggers who was giving advice on how to start a YouTube and what to start a YouTube on and how to create your niche and all this. So I watched a lot of it, and so I think I was inspired because a couple of them said, hey, if you're going to start it, you might as well just start it now. And another vlogger said, don't overthink what you're going to do your YouTube channel on. Just cover a bunch of subjects and see what sticks. In other words, throw it up against the wall and see what sticks. And so I think that's what motivated me to start out when I did. And so I got started. And I have an interest in a whole lot of different areas. So I just said to myself, well, I'm just going to do videos on things that I'm interested in, and hopefully there's a group of people who have the same interests in common as I do, and together we'll start our own little YouTube community, our little YouTube tribe. And so that's what I end up doing. So by me being, in my 60s, I just figured probably people who watch my channel will probably be people within my age group, I imagine, although it's for anybody who want to watch it. It's for everybody, but I imagine probably people in their mid 60s will probably relate to a lot of things that I bring to the table. So they'll probably watch just to, either agree with me or get inspiration or for whatever reason. So I just felt like that was a good thing. So I finally got this thing up and going at the beginning. So I've been doing this 5 months now. And between the videos and shorts, I think I got about 50 of them up there now in the library now. People are watching, not a lot, but enough people watching. So I would imagine my 4,000 watch hours is starting to becoming a little less than 4,000 that I need. And the biggest challenge I have now is getting subscribers, but I think that'll come over time, even though I would love for that to happen yesterday, to have my 1,000 subscribers. They're trickling in real slow, so I'm not in a real big hurry, but I would love for, I would love to be able to create an amazing community of people who have the same interests as I have, so that we can just explore it, and people can follow my journey. And so I've been doing this about 5 months now, and I started doing my videos raw. And what I mean by that is I don't know anything about editing. I know there's a lot of editing apps, and when I first started, I hadn't began to research editing apps just yet. So I just started putting raw content up. And so that's what I was doing. And while I was putting raw content up, without any editing, I was researching editing apps. And there's a lot of content creators that I admire, that I do follow, that I am a subscriber to their channel. I admire, and one in particular, he's about my age, maybe a little younger, and he says, you know, he's not that great in computers, which I'm not either, and he says, you know, he doesn't know a whole lot about editing, but, you know, I look at his content, and from my standpoint, his editing is pretty good. You know, he has, you know, nice little sound background going on. And so I decided to write to him and other content creators that I admire and just ask them, you know, what editing app do they use? And to my surprise, not one of them will ever answer my question. You know, so I don't know if their channel has gotten large, where they are now receiving a lot of comments and whatever, and they're just sorting through and just, I guess, answering the questions that they consider priority, or if they're even looking at their, you know, responses and questions at all. But I asked a number of them, about 3 or 4, maybe 5 of them, you know, what editing apps, so that, because what I want to do is take that app and research it. And if it's something that I think I can work with, I can download that app and I can start uploading my videos on that app and see if I can do some things. But not one, and I mean not one of them, respond. So I thought that was pretty disappointing. But I decided to keep doing raw content, and I finally found one app that I thought I liked, and I'm not going to mention their name because I'm going to tell you in a minute. I got one, and I uploaded one on my laptop because I figured eventually I'm going to start doing my work on my laptop, because right now I do everything on my cell phone. And I uploaded on my cell phone, and I hadn't started using it yet, although I did log on to it and just kind of look around, but I hadn't started using it yet. But I continued to watch content creators on YouTube who talks about YouTube channels and YouTube channel. And I found this one content creator who dissected the privacy agreement of the particular editing app that I had uploaded. And he went real deep into it. He scrolled all the way down. It was a lot of pages, a lot of words. You know, a lot of us, when we see settings like that, we don't read every single thing. We just skim over a couple things here, scroll it up, skim over a couple things, and then when we get down to the bottom, we just go ahead on and agree to it. Well, this guy, he dissected it. I mean, and I was kind of shocked of some of the things he discovered and he found in it. And what he did find in it, this app said that the content that you download, we own it. And we would not be held liable if we choose to use your content for our own, good reasons or whatever. And I thought, oh no, that's not what I want. I don't want that. I don't want somebody else to own at least to the point where they're going to use it again. And I have no recourse of how to sue them or complain or appeal that decision or whatever. And so I said, well, no, I can't use this app. And then another thing I didn't like about that app that I noticed, there are several of my YouTube content creators that I do follow. I noticed they use that app, and when their videos come to an end, that app's logo immediately pops at the top of their screen of their video as it closes out. And I went, why is that? Why don't that app allow these people to own their own content without advertising to everybody that this is the app that they're using? And I didn't like that either. So I went back to my computer and I tried to uninstall. And I tried to uninstall it on my phone. I successfully uninstalled it on my phone, but on my laptop, I really had a difficult time uninstalling it. I tried once, I tried twice, I tried 3 times. I said, well, maybe, you know, it's upload or something upload maybe on my computer, so I'll try the next day. The next day I tried it, it wouldn't uninstall itself. I'm thinking, is this app like that where it dominates? Wherever it goes, it dominates. And another thing that I did notice that I did not like either is there were other editing apps that I attempted to upload so that I can look at that, and I couldn't upload it. And I went to a different editing app and I tried to upload it. I couldn't upload it. And I'm thinking, is this app that I'm trying to uninstall preventing me from uploading its competition? And that's how I thought. I went, and I still think that might have been the case. And I'm thinking, oh man, I might be stuck with this. And so I tried to uninstall it again and I couldn't. So I just turned my computer off, closed it, and I just said, well, I just got to figure out what I'm going to do. Well, about a week and a half or so later, maybe even more than that, I happened to open my computer and I looked on, you know, on my selection of apps and things that I have on my computer. And to my shock and amazement, that app was gone. I'm like, what's up with that? I tried to uninstall it and it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't do it several days. It wouldn't do it. And then I opened my laptop and it's gone. So I thought, ooh, good, thank goodness. And to my shock, also amazement, I was able to upload a different editing app. And I'm thinking, I think that particular app prevented me from uploading a different editing app. But anyway, I'll get back into that. But anyway, so it uninstalled itself for some reason, which I'm glad it did. So after that, I'm still researching, and I was really shocked. I discovered, and I don't know if I discovered it on my own or somebody mentioned it or whatever, but I discovered YouTube has its own editing app called YouTube Create. And I went, oh. So I hit it and I logged on to it and I read it and I said, okay, it seems pretty simple. You know, and I'm a new guy at all of this. I got so much to learn. It's so much I don't know. And so, you know, I uploaded it and then I just put up just any old video that I did on my phone. And I just played with the features to see what it do, what it can do, what it can't do. And I was surprised. It was reasonably simple to operate. And I went, okay, what I have to upload on YouTube is really not complicated. It's not that professional. I'm just a regular guy who's putting up regular videos about my regular life journey. Nothing fancy, nothing well polished. I just want to get my story out there. You know, and if there's other people who agree with my story or can relate to my story, well, follow me and become subscribed. That's all I wanted. I didn't need any bells and whistles and all of that. So I uploaded YouTube Create, and to my surprise, boom. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna work with YouTube Create for a while because everything that I plan to upload is pretty simple. It's nothing, you know, out of the ordinary in my view. And so that's what I did. I've been working with YouTube Create. My first edited video was the tour of the book tower and lobby. The book tower and lobby tour. If you go through my library, you'll see that. That's the first. And it's, again, it's so much I don't know. So, you know, there was things I was trying to do and I couldn't do it. And then there were things I was trying to do, it would get it done, but it was in the wrong spot. And I would have to scroll back to, you know, and I learned how to cut out the fluff. And when I say fluff, I mean, you know, I'm not the greatest speaker. So sometimes I stutter, or sometimes I'll lose a thought and there'll be a gap while I'm trying to think of the next word I want to say. So I learned to, hit, the boundaries of that fluff and delete it, bring those two together, play it again. I'm like, okay, now that's flowing the way I want it to flow. So I'm learning. So I said, okay, I'm able to do that on the YouTube Create. And then, there are some parts of it. It took me a while to figure out, to get the music in the background, and I did it. And then when it came to this particular video, it came to an end, and I was trying to get it back, and I just couldn't get it together. But I knew what I wanted. But, and I made some mistakes on that video. But I'm really happy that I made those mistakes, because I learned. I always learn something when I get these mistakes. So I made these mistakes, but I learned from it. And so now I know what to do when I get in that situation again. I'm looking down because I got bullet points so I can keep my thoughts in the chronological order. But anyway, my last video that I did, which is downtown Detroit nightlife, I had equipment problems, and I had problems on every single level. I mean, I'm talking shaky. I'll go through it so y'all can understand, because I'm sure there's some new content creators out there who's trying to figure this thing out. So as I find out, I'm going to try to relay the information to you all so you all can understand if you get into this situation. But anyway, I was having all kinds of equipment problems. So it was shaky. And what it is I don't have a gimbal. I have a selfie stick. And the selfie stick extends. So I noticed when the selfie stick is seated, it's pretty sturdy. I can walk, and the camera seems to stay sturdy pretty good. But when I extend it, it's shaky. So when I did my last video on the downtown Detroit nightlife, I was so unhappy. Oh my God. It's like every time I took a step, you can see the shaking. And so I can tell that I was taking steps, particularly if I was walking on rough terrain or a smooth sidewalk or walking across the grass. I can tell by the shaking of what surface I was walking on. I don't like that. I don't like giving you all anything. If I can give you a good product, that's my goal. That's my aim. So my apologies to my subscribers and to my followers and those who looking at my video. My sincere apologies. And since I've seen that, I've gone online and I've ordered a gimbal, and I've even ordered. I'm still doing things on my phone, and I just found out recently that I qualify for a second phone, and the monthly cost of both of those phones is cheaper than what I'm paying now for one phone. So I'm gonna get another phone for now to use as a camera. At the same time, I'm buying a camera just strictly for YouTube. But there's a lot I gotta learn on how to operate that. But anyway, I had a shakiness. Then I had this blurry. I don't know why my phone camera was so blurry, because I took a few minutes and cleaned the lens before I even started. I don't know, because it was dark, and it wasn't foggy outside. It wasn't smoky outside, but it was blurry. And so now I can understand when my camera's shining at street lights and the flare, I can understand the blurriness. But when I bring it down and just show buildings and people walking and cars, I don't expect a blurry look. But there were some points on my camera, it's like my lens didn't return its focus back to its original state where it was when I first started the video. And so I was really, really unhappy with that. I don't like that. I don't like giving you guys that type of video. And another thing I noticed too, and this is why I decided to get a gimbal too, is because the view, the scenery in my camera wasn't always level. It was kind of leaning. It was like I was walking kind of leaning or whatever. I didn't like that either. So I think once I get a gimbal, it corrects itself as far as leveling. And so that is why I ordered the gimbal. So I just told myself I would not do a nighttime, and I plan to do a lot of them because I really enjoy nightlife as far as videotaping what's going on and in downtown Detroit. There's so much going on, but I decided to cover just a sports and entertainment district. There's another part where, oh my God, it's so crowded, but I'm gonna have to get a better equipment to cover that because I really would like for you all to see, there's a lot going on in Detroit. There's a lot happening in Detroit. A lot of people having a good time or whatever. And so I would love to show that. But I'm going to get my equipment first and get acclimated to it and learn how to operate it before I do that again. But also a big thing that I learned, and I'm learning, but this is something I learned, and this may not be the way most content creators do it as far as the thumbnail title and the thumbnail picture. I've been a photographer for years, not professional, but a photographer. And now that we've got cell phones, smartphones that have apps, I have a number of photo apps, photo filter apps. And so even with my own photos that I post to Facebook, to my Facebook page, or I post to my Instagram page, a lot of these photos I doctor it up, so to speak. I put text to them. And so what I've done now, which I'm glad I figured out, because I now take a photo that's in my gallery, I bring it over to that app, and I put text to it or whatever. And when I go to upload on my YouTube, on the actual YouTube app, you hit that little plus sign at the bottom of the page. You have a choice to upload a short, you can upload a video, or you can upload a post. So if I'm uploading a video, I just hit video, and then it asks me several questions, as far as what's going to be your title, what's going to be your description. You fill that out. If it's for kids, and this is not a kid video, so I always know. And then it'll say upload, and then I'll upload. But if you will notice, after it uploads, it's always a thumbnail picture that they give it's not what I call marketable. So what I end up doing, there's a little icon in the top left part of the little thumbnail picture that they come up with, which is look like a little bitty pencil. You hit that, and I'm able to go to my gallery page on my phone, all of my pictures, because once I correct or create my thumbnail picture on my filter, and by the way, the filter that I use is Collage Art, in case anybody want to do what I'm doing, even though I would imagine most content creators have a more professional way of doing what I'm just doing. But this is what's working for me for now until I learn how to do another way. But anyway, I'll take that, hit that icon, I'll bring up the picture that I just retouched up in my app up, and then I'll hit done, and boom, that's my thumbnail picture. And so if I decide that that's what I'm going to use, it looks, which usually it is, then I'll just hit, the upload icon, and it'll upload to YouTube. Now, I'm learning a lot of things about YouTube. Now, there are times the YouTube shorts, they upload in no time. And sometimes it's maybe about a half hour, might be the longest that it takes to upload. But I've had videos that last about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. It takes about an hour and a half of YouTube to upload it. And I've had the longest video I've done is, I think it's 54 minutes. It took 6 hours. Now I don't know. I don't know what, I don't know if a lot of people throughout because I know a lot of people around the world is uploading at the same time. So I don't know if that's why it take that long. But the video that I uploaded today, which is Downtown Detroit Nightlife, it took 4 hours. It took a couple of hours. Well, it took 1 hour to send up the file. Then it took another 3 hours for it to actually upload. So it doesn't upload fast. So if you are like me who are doing it on a phone and you don't have an extra phone that you use in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, you might want to take that into consideration. Maybe not use your phone for uploading your videos because it takes time. And sometimes I don't know what the reason. I don't know if it's because a lot of people upload at the same time, or I don't know if it's because the Wi-Fi that I have in my home or wherever I am uploading is not fast enough. I'm not sure I don't understand that, like a lot of people do, to know why it takes so long to upload a video. But anyway, that is what my experiences have been as far as my latest update on my YouTube journey. I love doing what I'm doing. I plan to do this for a long time. As a matter of fact, this is going to become a business for me. It'll allow me to do a lot of things that cost, some money. It supplements what I have already going on. And so I really appreciate that. So those of you who have followed me from the beginning, I really appreciate that you all watching my channel. Those of you who are new, I appreciate you for joining my channel. I hope the things that I put on here are interesting to you. I hope it's things that you can relate to. And I really hope that you stick around, follow me. I hope that you hit thumbs up because that helps my channel. And what really helps my channel is if you become a subscriber. If you become a subscriber, that'll be great. What that would do is all it'll do is give you a notification that I've uploaded another video or whatever, so you can, become a part of the community. But even if you put your name in it as being a subscriber, of course it doesn't cost anything to you, and even if you did that, and even if you didn't watch every video or whatever, just the fact that your name is on the list of being a subscriber helps my channel to grow, and it helps me to grow, and it'll help me to put out better quality content, for you all. And so I really appreciate you all. And again, those of you who have and will watch my latest video, Downtown Detroit Nightlife, my sincere apologies. That is not the quality that I wanted to put up, but I'm going to leave it on there so that in the future, when I refer back to my beginnings and you can see how I have grown in what I've learned to do, it'll give me a reference as to where I've been, where I am now, and where I'm going. And so I appreciate you guys. So you guys hang in there, take care, be good to yourself, and hey, take care. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.